Welcome back to another Bowers Tribe Facebook Friends Tour interview. I'm very blessed to bring my tour out to Ogden. I'm really working hard. I drove out here from Salt Lake City, Utah. Today's tour is out here in Ogden, blessing and expressing and sharing the high energy out here. There's a huge, amazing community out here in Ogden. I have a couple of appointments today, but I'm very blessed to have Camille Campbell as my very first guest today.
Woohoo!
And we're here at the Salt Cave at Awaken Wellness. And this amazing, beautiful, this is the most fancy background I've had, I believe, on the tour. And this is so fun. We had to, I had Camille rearrange her whole room for me. So thank you so much. We bring in the chairs over here. I wanted you to see the salt behind us, and we have the light in front of us, and so you can actually see our faces. So Camille, you're one of my newer friends. We've known of each other for a little over 2 years through Diksha, like everybody else in my life. And then over the last year, we've had a lot more interaction with our friends, and I've seen a lot more events. Like, you've been getting a lot more active, and you relocated all the way out here to Ogden, South Ogden area. I'm so silly. When she told me where I was coming, I thought we were going to be on the side of the mountain in a cave somewhere. So I'm so naive as far as what's going on. So thank you so much for educating me and allowing me to experience this fun atmosphere and environment you've created.
Definitely.
And so we've talked a little bit before this, and Camille has some amazing travel experiences. She's been to Peru. She's been to Mexico. What was the other place?
Guatemala.
I've been to Guatemala. So she's been traveling and doing a lot of stuff around the world, not just here in Utah. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So let's start off with that. Let's start with your travels, and we'll do our best to skim through it. And we're not going to get into specifics of certain things that are, maybe taboo in Utah or whatever. But Can you talk a little bit about your experiences of traveling to these 3 different countries and what that was like?
Yeah, so I have been drawn to just learning from different tribes, different people, different ways of healing. I've just had this huge pull over the last several years to go out and to try new techniques and new healing, or actually more of the ancient wisdom that's been out there. And so the longest time I was in Peru learning with the Shipibo-Canibo tribe, and they taught me a lot of their medicines, their plants, how to utilize them for healing purposes and connecting with the spirit of the plant. And so I have a really unique education from working with those people. And then I also went over into the Sacred Valley, and I lived in a small town called Tarai. And there I learned through the Karo Nation. They actually initiated me on the shamanic path. And so all of my education has actually been more with actual indigenous peoples. And I haven't gone through like the shaman schools here in the United States or anything like that, but just more working with the medicine people around the world in these places, and going to Mexico, working with some of the Mayan. I'll go for a couple of weeks here and there, as well as went into Guatemala, did more humanitarian work when I was in Guatemala, and I just continued to travel, have a goal to go to all the earth chakras and bring back some of that energy into crystals. So
that's so fun. Yeah. So you said you wanted to hit all the earth chakras. What are your future goals geographically around the planet?
Well, I got to go to Mount Kailash in Tibet. I'm going to do the whole pilgrimage journey around the mountain, and go to Australia, and I'm going to go over to Jerusalem, Mount Olives, Egypt, and then I'm going to go over to Glastonbury in England. And actually there's 2 chakras right now. One of the chakras actually travels. And so right now England has 2 of the chakras there, so I'm going to go check those out, gather energy, connect with the medicine people there, connect with local healers and different people, and see what I can learn. I love the journey. I love the experiences that happen when you travel and you don't know what's going to happen. And I don't really create an itinerary. I just kind of say, okay, this is what's going to happen. I try to live more amongst the people when I am out and about traveling versus doing all the touristic type things. So
absolutely, and that's amazing, unique characteristic to have, to want to experience and do these things outside of just vacations, and a lot of other people do. Now, she's put a lot of work into what she's done here, and I really want to commend you for that. I want to show a little bit, other than this amazing background we have here, I want to show everybody what this room looks like. So if you come up to Ogden, when you come up to Ogden, you can kind of get an idea of what you'll be experiencing. And if you want to learn more about the specifics, you can call her directly here at the office, and the link and everything will be attached to this video. As you know, we don't get into specifics of what people do because you can research that all on your own on the website. But I want to show you the room we're in.
And usually there's not the lights, it's more cave-like, but we put up the lights for this interview so you could see us.
Yeah, we made it custom, so because I had some dark interviews, and I'm not going to do that again. And so we talked earlier a little bit about what you're doing in your travels, and this building we're in now. It takes a specific, not only personality, but spirit inside of a person to really go in depth of this type of stuff. And the word that came up to me with this interview is the word yearning, and I want to tap into that a little bit. What is this yearning inside of you that allows you or attracts you to do what you've done with the travels and opening into this amazing space? What's that yearning about inside you, Camille?
I think for the longest time I've been drawn to alternative healing and health, and I'm tired of Western medicine, and I think there's a lot of people that are like me, that they're tired of going to the doctor and being prescribed an antibiotic when there's not even a bacteria growing, and they just want to be prescribed pills. That's what it seems like Western medicine wants to do. But I want to know how to get to the root of the issue of whatever ailment is there. And so all of my training and all of my passion comes from learning why do we have this symptom in the first place? What's underneath this symptom? And so what I've learned though is you have to address it on all levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And what we lack here in the Western society is actually more of that spiritual and emotional component. And so I was studying I am a licensed clinical social worker, a therapist, and most of my clients that were coming to me, I specialized in trauma. And so all of my trauma patients all had physical issues, physical symptoms that would be exacerbated by their mental health, and vice versa. And then they would start missing appointments. And so I'm like, I need to learn something to get what's happening. And so I started learning techniques. I got trained and certified as a body talk practitioner, where we uncover your health story and learn how to release the trapped emotions and stored traumas. And so it just started to grow more and more. And then I was drawn to these different centers that I worked with. I worked with all these different types of mental health clinics and wellness centers, and I started to learn the ins and outs of them and like what works and what doesn't. And then I wanted to set up my own integrative clinic, but I also wanted to travel, and I'm a Gemini, and so I don't like to be tied down to anything. So this is a real stretch for me to actually open up a center and be like the person in charge here. So with all of that, it's mostly just this passion that comes from saying, hey, there's something more, there's something going on. What is this? And what are the different ways that we can heal? And going back, before there was medicine, what was there? There was plants.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's hard to get the education that our ancestors used to have about the plants nowadays. I mean, you can study botany, you can study herbalism or different things like that. But I wanted to go to the people that actually are using those things still, the earth-based medicines. And so that's what part of my travels do, is learning earth-based medicine. What can we do to help people heal from the inside out in a natural way? Our bodies are geared to heal, and we just need to learn how to do that. And then I mix ancient wisdom from all of these places that I've gone with, quantum physics, quantum healing, where I use frequency therapies to help people come into alignment as well, besides all of the other modalities. But that's kind of where that passion comes from, is just let's get people better, let's get people happy and healthy and back on their feet the fastest way possible, and usually that's going more natural.
Well, I'm grateful there's individuals like yourself out here in the community doing non-traditional things, and we're not disregarding medicine at all. Everything has its place, and we're just saying there is some
it's complementary. It's What I do is complementary medicine. It goes right alongside. If you're working with a doctor, let's add this to your treatment, see if he's okay with it. Everything. I don't diagnose unless it's mental health, because I am licensed. But other than that, it's working with your doctor, working as more of a holistic treatment approach. And that's what we have here. We don't have a doctor. We do have massage therapists and other practitioners here, that we kind of have a team approach. We want it to kind of be like, oh, you have this issue, well, we can address it on all of these different ways. And so it works really well here. And then the salt cave is very therapeutic for any type of like allergies and respiratory ailments and different issues that you might have. And so that's why we have that here. It's also salt, it pulls stuff out. So after a session, it's good to sit in here and just relax.
You probably tell everybody, like everybody else, when they're done, drink lots of water, right?
Yes, lots of water.
So, well, I'm grateful for you to take the time. I like to respect people's time. Is there anything you'd like to add?
I think that's good. I'm just really grateful for you and for your time, that you came all the way up here from Salt Lake to come check out the Salt Cave and interview me. And I appreciate all that you're doing. I love the Bauer tribe and what you're doing. I think it's great to see everybody's interviews. It's been fun to watch you. So thank you.
Now you're part of it. So
that's right.
Here, she's archived forever now in the Bauer tribe. We're gonna be. I want to probably take a picture of her front door so you can kind of see what the normal side of it looks like when you're looking for the business when you come. So if you're ever in South Ogden, make sure you look up Camille and what she's doing here. Amazing stuff. And I'm so grateful for this experience and for the universe allowing me to tap into people and people tapping into me to bring me all the way out here to Ogden. And you're not from here out here, so I commend you for relocating into this new venture. Now, remind everybody, how long have you been here? And it's with this business going.
1 month.
1 month.
So I was thriving in Salt Lake, and Spirit pulled me out here and said, hey, open up this center. And so I followed Spirit, and that's what I'm doing. And we've been here for 1 month, and it's been pretty good.
That's dedication. That's dedication. She was thriving in Salt Lake, and now she's here in South Ogden following her intuition and her heart. So thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
And you have a great day, and namaste.
Namaste.